Hi, I'm Saravanakumar P.D. Second B.COM Corporate Secretaryship 2092-2023 batch K.C.S NADAR College of Arts and Science, Chennai. Valuation of shares. The meaning of valuation of shares. The share capital is most important requirement of your business. It is the dividing into a number of indivisible units of fixed amount. These units of now as shares according to section 246 of the Company Act 1956. A shares is share capital of the company and including a stock expected, where distinction of stock and shares is expressed or implied. The person who is the owner of the shares is called shareholder, and return he gets on the investment is called dividend. Next slide. Factor affecting the value of shares. The value of shares is greatly affected by the economic, political, and social factors such as the nature of the company, business, and the economical condition of the country, other political and economic factors, example possible of nationalization and excessive duty on goods produced and etc. The demand and supply of shares, operation of liability and capital, rate of proposed dividend, and past profit of the company, the world of other related shares of the stock exchanging of etc. Next slide. Net asset method. The meaning of net asset method. The net asset is different between total asset value of the company, the minusing the liability value. The liability or the money that the company need to pay various assets or the money the company will be paid it to. By dividing the net asset by the shares, one can arriving the value of each share. The formula of net asset method. Net asset value of shares equal to net value of asset minus liability minus preference shareholders claims and divided number of equity shares. Next slide. Illustration 1. The following in the balance sheet of the NNC Limited as on 31st December 1998. The two column of liabilities and assets. The 4,000 share preference shares of the in 4 lakhs, in 60,000 of equity shares of 6 lakhs, and bills payable is of 50,000, K.C.S is 1,50,000. In other column of the asset side, in sundry asset of the book value is 12 lakhs. In total amount of the balance sheet is 12 lakhs. The market value of 60% of the asset is estimated to be 15% more than the book value, and that of the remaining 40% at 10% less than the book value. There is an unrecorded liability of the rupees 10,000. Find the value of each equity share is to be assumed that preference shares have no period to claim as to payment of dividend or repayment of the capital. Next slide. Solution. Calculation of net asset. First, the sundry asset in 12 lakhs into 60% into 115% in amount of 8,28,000 in post on outer column. 12 lakhs into 40% into 90% amount of 4 lakhs 32,000 in posting on amount in outer column. In total amount is 12 lakhs 60,000 is sundry asset. Next, the current liabilities of bills payable in 50,000 is posting on inner column. The creditors of 1,50,000 is amount is posting on inner column. Unrecorded liability is 10,000 in amount of posting on inner column. In total amount of is 2,10,000 in 2,10,000, and sundry asset minus to current liabilities in 10,50,000 and minus the preference share capital in amount of 4 lakhs. In total amount of 6,50,000 is a net asset. The net asset available of equity shareholders of this 6,50,000. Next slide. In string value per shares, the net asset for the equity shareholder divided number of equity shareholders equal to rupees 6,50,000 divided 60,000 rupees equal to rupees 10.83. Next slide. The WAL method. The meaning of WAL method. The WAL method is the expected rate of the return on investment which is invested by the investor. It is always expressed in terms of percentage. Since the valuation of shares is to made on the basis of WAL, it is called WAL basis method. And formula of WAL method: an expected rate of return, profit available for equity dividend and divided paid up equity capital into 100. The world value per shares expected rate of return divided normal rate of return into paid up value per equity shares. The end of the world method is considered better than of the net asset method. Next slide. Illustration 2. On 31st December 1998, the balance sheet of the limited company disclosed the following position. The two columns of liabilities and assets columns, and issued a capital in rupees 10% of shares in 8 lakh rupees, and profit and tax is 40,000 rupees, and reserves is 1 lakh 80,000, and 5% of dependence is 2 lakhs, and current liability is the 2 lakh 60,000. In other column of asset side, and fixed asset is 10 lakhs, current asset is 4 lakhs, and goodwill is 80,000. In total amount of the balance sheet is here 14 lakh 80,000. On December 31st, 1998, the fixed assets were independently valued at rupees 7 lakhs and the goodwill at rupees 1 lakh. The net profit for the 3 years 1996 is 1 lakh 3,200, 1997 rupees 1 lakh 4,000, and 1998 the 1 lakh 3,300, of which 20% was placed to reserve. This proportion to being considered the reasonable in the industry in which companies engaged in and where a fair return on the investment may be taken to 10%. Now computing the value of the company shares in the net asset method and wealth method. Next slide. Solution. The first of the column is seen on net asset method. The calculation of intrinsic value method. In asset market of marketing value, and first in fixed asset at market value is 7 lakh in posting on amount in outer column. Current asset as per the balance sheet of 4 lakh is, and goodwill is 1 lakh. In total amount tax is here 12 lakhs in asset column. And next in liabilities, the 5% of dependencies is the 2 lakhs in posting in inner column, and current liabilities are 2 lakh 60,000 in posting on inner column. In total amount is 4 lakh 60,000. In asset minus in liabilities, amount of 7 lakh 40,000 in of your net assets. Next slide. Intrinsic value per shares, the net asset divided number of equity shares in 7,40,000 and divided 8 lakh shares equal to rupees 9.75. And world value method, a calculation of average expecting future profit. The net profit of the 3 years calculating the amount is 3,10,000, and average profit before transfer to reserving is 3,10,000 divided to 3 in amount of 1,03,500 in posting in amount column, and minus the transfer to reserving at a 20% is 20,000 of 700 in posting in amount column, in amount in minus on the 82,800. This is average profit after transfer to reserve actual amount. Next slide. Calculation of expected return on equity share capital. Expected rate of return, expected profit divided equity paid up capital into 100 equal to rupees 82,800 divided to 8 lakhs into 100 equal to 10.35 rupees. And calculation of world value of shares and world value per shares, expected rate of return and normal rate of return into paid up value of per shares equal to rupees 10.35 divided 10 and into rupees 10 equal to rupees 10.35. Thank you.